People have always viewed luxury cars as symbols of status and success. But what if something unexpected is hidden beneath the shiny surface? The harsh truth is that brand new expensive cars, despite their prestige, often end up in the junkyard. Why is this phenomenon not limited to just a few cases, but is actually becoming more and more widespread? What at first seemed like a dream can in reality turn into a headache and even a financial disaster. Owners of these cars often face unexpected problems that change their perspective on the cost of luxury. But to truly understand the scale and depth of this problem, let's dive into real stories of people who have experienced all of this firsthand. One such story is Michael's, and his journey will open our eyes to the real reasons why brand new luxury cars sometimes turn out to be far less desirable than we might hope. Chapter 2. Michael had always dreamed of owning a luxury car, picturing himself behind the wheel of a fast and elegant vehicle. When he finally saved up enough money to buy a brand new luxury model straight from the dealership, he thought he was in paradise. But the euphoria quickly gave way to disappointment. The car, packed with the latest technologies and comforts, soon started to give him a headache. With each passing day, the maintenance costs and unexpected trips to the service center only increased. Michael felt as if his new beauty on four wheels was draining his finances. Soon he realized that this expensive purchase had become a source of stress and anxiety. Perhaps Michael's story is typical, but in other cases, owners, without much thought, resort to extreme measures. And Michael's unexpected decision to get rid of the car is just the tip of the iceberg, hiding deeper motives and secrets that we will soon uncover. Chapter 3. Luxury is a part of life, tempting us with its many dazzling facets. When it comes to cars, this temptation becomes almost irresistible. But what drives the owners of new luxury cars to part with the object of their dreams? The psychology of luxury reveals a side of the human mind that is often underestimated. Suddenly, it turns out that buying is not only about satisfaction but also a hidden trap. The feeling of happiness and self-fulfillment from owning an expensive car can be temporary, as one adapts to the novelty and the euphoria fades. Even amid the glamour and trappings of a prestigious lifestyle, a person begins to wonder, is all this really worth the financial sacrifices and the constant attention to image? Gradually, owning luxury can become a burden and a symbol of unnecessary obligations. But is that the whole truth? It turns out that not only internal experiences play a role, but also unexpected problems that arise and test our patience in the harshest way. This is the key reason why even an expensive item can become an obstacle on the path to true happiness. Chapter 4. When you own a brand new luxury car, you expect the first breakdown to happen only after tens of thousands of miles if you expect it at all. However, for some owners, such hopes are quickly dashed. Imagine yourself proudly driving off from the factory in a brand new car, literally gleaming in the sunlight. But just a couple of weeks later, you find yourself stranded by the roadside, unsuccessfully trying to start what was once your perfect car. Unexpected technical issues, such as faulty electronic systems or mechanical problems that were supposed to be impossible, all become a harsh reality for owners. These breakdowns not only take away the joy of driving, but can also become an unpleasant surprise for your wallet. After all, repairing these latest cars requires considerable expense. The rising cost of ownership and endless trips to the service center to diagnose and fix issues only add to the frustration and irritation. Involuntarily, luxury cars start to be associated not with status and success, but with the all-too-familiar cheesecake perception of quickly breaking gadgets. And although this is just one facet of the problem, there is something more beyond it, something not limited to just technical aspects. Just when you think you know everything about this industry, new layers of the true value of these prestigious toys are revealed, leaving many confused about what really lies behind the shine and the price tag. Chapter 5. When planning to buy a luxury car, few people consider how quickly it loses its value. You pay hundreds of thousands, and after a short time, only scraps remain of that amount. Such a sharp depreciation puts owners in an economic dead end. Many luxury cars lose up to half their value in the first couple of years. This decline is not just an annoying fact. It's a devastating trap for those who hope to secure their future by investing in prestige. Market newcomers can find themselves in a situation where covering loans becomes an unbearable expense. The unexpected realization that luxury is a burden rather than a benefit makes one question the course of their life and the validity of their priorities. But, as it turns out, it's not just economic factors that play a key role in these decisions. There is yet another powerful element that is gradually beginning to reshape our perception of luxury. This invisible factor is gaining strength, quietly infiltrating every aspect of our lives, exerting pressure and influencing the choices we make. Chapter 6. These days, it's hard to imagine a world without social media, and their influence on the perception of luxury goods, including cars, plays a huge role. Every day we see gleaming images of new cars in our feeds, proudly showcased by celebrities and influencers. However, behind the glossy shine of the camera lenses lies a dangerous formula that shapes our perception of luxury. Unconsciously, we are influenced not only by advertising campaigns, but also by the lifestyles we try to emulate from others. Social media creates the illusion that what is shown on our screens is both accessible and necessary to own. Psychologically, we feel compelled to keep up with successful users, which can turn into a painful race. A luxury car, originally purchased for personal enjoyment, becomes a tool for making an impression. At the same time, we forget about the financial costs and other obstacles required to maintain a prestigious image. Getting caught up in this virtual competition can lead to financial, unplanned expenses and significant stress, leaving the owner feeling like a pot simmering on low heat. Therefore, the question of why owners of new cars give up their coveted vehicles becomes more complex and is understood even more deeply. As society moves away from material aspirations, there comes an understanding that not everything tangible is equal to one's inner world. Is it worth putting up with the ambitions of unknown individuals, or should we seek our own benchmarks and sources of true joy without the excessive reflections of screens? Chapter 7. Luxury cars attract admiring glances and serve as a reminder of their owner's wealth. But if you take a closer look at the essence of this luxury, many will discover an unexpected truth. Beneath the dazzling facade lies a false value that can mislead even the most seasoned car enthusiasts. Imagine that the object of your proud possession, the very car that once drew everyone's attention, suddenly becomes just a shell, bringing neither the happiness nor the satisfaction you expected. Owners of luxury cars often have no idea that they are buying not just a vehicle, but also expectations and obligations, expressed in endless bills and constant maintenance. For many, the generosity of the purchase turns out to be an illusion of security and success. A luxury car becomes nothing more than a flashy accessory that sparks interest but does not necessarily satisfy the owner's inner aspirations. In the pursuit of this external recognition, the owner leaves behind true values and genuine joys of life. Such a car can become a trap, tying a person down with obligations and debts, reflecting the same internal and external disappointments that we could have avoided if we had not succumbed to the deceptive demands of society. And here begins the next turn of reflection, as one of our protagonists experiences this dilemma firsthand, facing the pressure that will ultimately prompt him to take a decisive, albeit unexpected, step. Chapter 8. Since childhood, Jessica had dreamed of gliding down the streets in a shiny luxury car, just like in the commercials. And so, when her dream finally came true, she quickly encountered the unpleasant side of success. Finding herself in the spotlight among friends and colleagues because of her new acquisition, she didn't know how to handle it. The car stopped being a symbol of personal achievement and turned into a subject of gossip and discussion. A whole battle of opinions and judgments erupted around Jessica, leaving no room for genuine joy. People immediately began to equate the price of her car with her personal qualities, drawing conclusions that were further from the truth than ever. Gradually, the pressure from society became unbearable. Every drive in the car turned into a feeling of anxiety and tension. Jessica realized that the luxury car had brought with it a burden she was not prepared to bear. This was the moment when, unable to take it anymore, she decided to part with a car that was supposed to symbolize her success, but instead became a heavy burden. However, Jessica's story is not just about the weight of socialization and external judgment. In the remainder of the video, we will reveal the subsequent events that unfold around broader changes in attitudes toward luxury. Chapter 9. Modern luxury cars not only symbolize success, but have also become a topic of discussion amid growing environmental concerns. How can an expensive car brimming with all sorts of innovations become a source of concern for those who strive to live in harmony with nature? The point is that these luxury vehicles, distinguished by their powerful engines and increased fuel consumption, often come under fire from environmentalists. It turns out that the dream of prestige can lead to serious reflections on one's own contribution to environmental problems. Even with electric vehicles in the lineup, the production and operation of such cars continue to leave a significant mark on the planet. After all, the materials used for their creation and subsequent maintenance require substantial natural resources. As a result, owners of expensive cars are increasingly questioning their own carbon footprint and the need for a shift in worldview. Is there an alternative? The answer may lie not only in switching to a more environmentally friendly car, but also in rethinking our priorities, where the main focus is not on status, but on making a conscious choice in favor of sustainable development. This continues to fuel discussions that are leading us toward a visible horizon of change, bordering on a sharp turn in public aspiration. Chapter 10. By closely examining the world of luxury cars, we have discovered that behind the shine and grace lies a multitude of complex and unexpected realities. The journey we have taken has shown that owning luxury is often associated with disproportionate finances, social pressure, and environmental responsibility. From Michael and Jessica to broader concepts of psychology and economics, Each aspect has revealed new facets of this multifaceted issue to its audience. Reflecting on why brand new luxury cars often end up abandoned, we realize the importance of conscious choices and personal values. Luxury can bring joy, but true luxury lies in harmony with the world around us and with ourselves. Perhaps it's time to rethink our approach to choosing transportation, considering its use through the lens of personal comfort and responsibility to society and nature. And while the star-studded allure of premium cars will always be tempting, the main question remains, are you ready to take on this burden, knowing all the challenges it may bring? Perhaps it's time to reconsider our priorities and start shifting the focus from outward signs of success to inner substance and harmony, which can transform not only our personal space but also create a more sustainable future for all of us.